Hare Krishna. So we'll start with prayers. Hare Krishna. So we'll start with prayers. Om Ajnana
Om Ajnana
Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya
Shalakaya
Chakshurunmilitam
Chakshurunmilitam
Yena
Yena
Tasmai
Tasmai
Shri Gurave Namaha.
Shri Gurave Namaha.
Namaya Om
Namah Om
Vishnupadaya
Vishnupadaya
Krishna Preshtaya
Krishna Prestaya
Bhutale
Bhutale
Srimate
Srimate
Bhaktivedanta
Bhakti Vedanta
Swamin
Swamin
iti namine
Iti Namine
Namaste
Namaste
Saraswate Deve
Saraswati Deve
Gauravani
Kauravani
Pracharine
Pracharine
Nirvishesha
Nirvishesha
Punyavadi
Sunyavadi
Paschatya
Paushya Desha
Harine.
Harine.
Now we'll offer prayers to Panchatattva. Jai Sri Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya
Prabhu,
Prabhu
Nityananda,
Nityananda
Sri Advaita,
Shri Advaita
Gadadara,
Gadadara
Shivasadi,
Srivasadi
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Shri Shri Radha Govinda Sriman Mahaprabhu ki.
Jai.
So Radharani Govinda ji. So Krishna's name in Kolkata is called Govinda. So Radha Govinda, and beside is Mahaprabhu. We call Sriman Mahaprabhu. Then we have Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki Jai. Okay, so the black one is Jagannath, Krishna himself. This Vigraha is in Puri, and in between is Subhadra Maya. She is the sister of Jagannath and Baladev, and the left side is Balaramji. And beside Jagannath is Sudarshan Chakra. So one he carries, it is in his right hand now. Now he is holding. Jagannath in the hand is holding. So Sudarshan Chakra Vigraha is also there. Who is a Lord?
Narasimhadev.
Yes. So Narasimha is Krishna's incarnation, Krishna's avatar in Satyuga. So he came to protect Prahlad Maharaj. So whenever we have any problem to any of the family members, we can pray to Lord Narasimhadev. So Lord Nrsimhadev will be very happy to serve his devotees. We have other photos of. So Nrsimhadev, here we have Prahlad Maharaj. So these vigrahas are in Mayapur. So Mayapur is 100 kilometers from Kolkata. And it is, we have ISKCON headquarters. Same vigraha in means. Earlier vigrahas, they are during Abhishekam time. This vigraha is after deck, means giving the dress and everything after Abhishekam. This is during Chandan Yatra. Means during Akshaya Tritiya time, the time they give Chandan to the Lord. So on whole Lord's body, Chandan paste is there. It comes during very hot summers. Same Vigraha. And this, you might have seen the movie Bhakta Prahlada. You have seen? Yes, Anant, you have seen Bhakta Prahlada?
Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna Parimal. Some internet problems here. We are not able to see you. We have with us Madhurapati Prabhu also. He is my friend. So basically, he sends you messages just to see anything is going wrong. He in gives me information. Parimal, Hare Krishna, you are there? Okay. Anyways, so last time we were discussing the family chart of the Kuru dynasty. Okay. So once again we'll see. There is.
Prabhuji, I have a doubt.
Okay. Just let me find out this. Yes, Anand. What is the doubt?
Why did the Kshatriya king of Satyavati give away her daughter?
What?
Satyavati. Why did Satyavati's father give away her?
Why Satyavati's father gave her daughter to Shantanu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Obviously, if say one thing, Kshatriyas are very rich, and once every father wants her daughter to get married to a very rich person.
No, not Shantanu, Prabhuji, the fisherman.
Huh?
The
Yes,
fisherman.
a fisherman gave his daughter to Shantanu. Na? So Shantanu is a king. So obviously, every father wants her daughter to be always happy with lots of riches. And he has everything. And he becomes famous also, na? Oh, you are the uncle of the king. So everyone wants, like, na, we want to make friendship with great people. Yes or no?
Prabhuji, but when you were discussing about the chart, you said that Satyavati was given to the fisherman by his Kshatriya king father.
Oh, acha, that one. Okay, there was a king called Uparicharivasu. So he actually, through him, maybe when we discuss the story, when we go into it, I'll discuss how she was born. She was born from a fish, he and her brother. So brother is taken by Uparichari Vasu, and the sister is given because this fisherman gets that fish. And that fish was basically a apsara. She had a curse. So she becomes a fish. and from that fish, these children were born. How that story, okay, how he becomes the father of them, we'll discuss when we enter into this. We have just discussed because if we know the main characters at once, then what will happen is, if you go through also, we have the recording, if you go through, we have just summary of that one, and then we basically go chronologically, means how all things happened in detail. We have just given a summary of the characters. Okay, very good. So now in the family chart, I want to just, so if you see in the down, we have Arjuna and Subhadra. Subhadra, same Subhadra, with sister of Krishna and Balaram. What? Got it? We see the Vigrahana just now. So she is the sister of Balaram, Krishna and Balaram. So from them God means Abhimanyu was born. And from Abhimanyu and Uttara, Parikshit Maharaj was born. And Parikshit Maharaj's son is Janamejaya. So Parikshit Maharaj had a curse by a Brahmana that he will be bitten by a snake. Snake name is called Takshaka. He's a very poisonous snake. He's the king of Nagas. So, and the Brahman curses him that in 7 days you are going to die by this Takshaka snake's bite. So as usual, Parikshit Maharaj, so he goes and he hears 7 days Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. And after 7 days, as usual, this Takshaka comes and beats him. He gives up his body. But in a very Krishna body, remembering the Lord, he gives up the body. The whole 7 days he hears about Srimad Bhagavatam without drinking or eating anything. And his son was Janamejaya. So when Janamejaya grows up, he meets a Brahmana called Uttanka. And this Uttanka inspires him to do a sacrifice, snake sacrifice, in which all the snakes all over the world, this Takshaka and all other snakes, can be brought and kept into this sacrifice. Sacrifice means yajna. You know yajna? So wherein he is, so he wanted, along with the help of Brahmanas, Janamejaya wanted to do that sacrifice wherein all the snakes can be offered to the sacrifice. So another Brahmana comes and somehow saves. So wherein in the snake sacrifice, what happens is there was there are many rishis, and they ask Vyasadeva to recite this Mahabharata. Is Janamejaya and the other rishis. In the intervals, they are asking, "Oh Vyasadeva, please tell us the Mahabharata." Means who all kings were there, how they ruled. So it always we read about history, na? Yes or no? So in history or in Puranas, basically there is a description of previous kings. So why we discuss about history or previous kings?
So we can know about them and learn how they rule their kingdom.
Yes, so that we can know about them, how they have done their duties properly, okay, and how they have led their lives. And by that, we can learn a lot and we can do our duties properly. You are getting the point? Because that's how the country name is Mahabharat. Means if we know don't know the people who have lived, how we got Mahabharat and what kind of people were there and how they have done their duties, they have followed the Brahmanas, they pleased everyone. If we don't know, then how can we do our activities? See, the nature of every person is we like a hero. Yes or no? We want a hero in our lives. So we want a hero in our lives. So that is why. So if you see anywhere, every person, someone like actor, someone like actress, someone like a rich person, someone like a sports person. So that is the nature of the soul. That is the nature of Atma. It happens or not? Do you see everyone? Everyone has an ideal person. But earlier, people used to have ideal persons as kings as their ideal persons. Kings and rishis. Their natures are very close, the sages and the kings. That is why the kings are called as Raja Rishis. Because they used to follow the scriptures. They used to act according to scriptures. So, what we are discussing. So, Janamedaya, in that snake sacrifice, they are asking this person, what do you say, Vyasadeva. Oh, Vyasadeva, because Vyasadeva have seen everything, and he is called as Trikala Jnana. He knows the past, he knows the present, and he knows the future. That is why he has written all, he has given all the scriptures. And he is none other than incarnation of Krishna. He is called as literary incarnation. So whenever you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, Siddharth. So then Vyasadeva goes on describing, and then he tells that actually I have discussed this Mahabharat to my disciples, and he tells about his disciples' names. There was Paila, Vaishampayana, Gemini, Jaimine, not Gemini TV. Okay, Jaimini. So there are like that 5 disciples. It takes their names, and he tells that. And in that assembly, there was Vaishampayana Rishi. So he heard from Vyasadeva. And Vyasadeva tells, see, my disciple is there, Vaishampayana. So he will describe about Mahabharata. You can hear from him. So Vaishampayana then describes in that assembly, especially when there was free time or intervals, that time he goes on describing this katha. So people also discuss now, there are so many people, like for example, marriage ceremony is happening, there are yajnas happening, everything. What all others do? They discuss about cricket match. At what movies were released about that movie, Bahubali, or this movie, that movie. Yes or no?
Yes.
So, but earlier people used to discuss about the great things. So, Vaishampayana was describing about the Mahabharata, and there was another sage. There are many sages. Uh, his name is Ugrashrava. He is the son of Loma Harshana Sutta. See, this Loma Harshana Sutta is also a disciple of Vyasadeva. So he was also hearing in that assembly. Then this Loma Harshana Sutta he is there, and after that he goes to a place called as Naimisharanya. You are getting the point? So now we have a person, Loma Arshana Suta's son, that is Ugrashrava. His name is also called as Sauti, Souti. Sauti. Got? Okay. So you are all from South. So the name of that Rishi is Sauti. So Sauti, he goes to Naimisharanya. There are places now also it is there. It is also called as Naimisha. Okay. So Naimisharanya, there are 60,000 rishis are present over there. So generally rishis associate with rishis. For example, if you like cricket, you associate with what kind of people? You associate with people who like chess or who like
Cricket
football,
liking people.
who play cricket. So this person, the rishis want to associate with rishis. So he goes to this Naimisharanya. So therein, when he goes there, the people over there, the sages, recognize him and they know him that he's a great sage, Ugrashrava or Sauti. So they invite him and they give all due respects to him, first offering obeisances, pranams to him, and offer him a seat. And then they ask him, they give proper rest. After taking rest and everything, when he was relaxed, generally what we do when a person comes, immediately we jump onto him and we ask whereabouts. But if you see when grandparents come, we children do like that. But what the elders do, they give them water. They ask them that you can, okay, wash your legs and fresh up. Then after that, how was that? How was your travel? Okay, what you want to take any? You want to take any food? Or if not, you want to take any juice? We do like that or not? We may not be doing. Our parents do. So that's how. This is the culture. So that's how he was received, and he was properly respected. And then they ask the question. So they ask about his whereabouts, where you have been till now. Okay, what you are means. Tell me about your um, this thing. What penances or austerities you are doing. Then what all places you have visited. Sages means where they go, they don't go to Switzerland or Mauritius or all these places. Where they go?
Forests.
Where they go? Sages,
They do meditation and
and they do meditation. They go to holy places. Yes or no? We go to some hilly places and all those things. But sages, they go to holy places. Hilly and holy, both are okay, I and O. So, of course, they also go to hill places, but for self-realization, not to enjoy. That is their self-realization is their enjoyment. So then they ask, then he also asked them, how are your austerities are going? How is your tapasya going on? Okay. Then he glorifies them, all the 16,000 sages. Then he goes on telling that I am coming from this place wherein the great king Janamejaya is doing a sacrifice, snake sacrifice, and wherein I heard from Vaishampayana Rishi, I heard Mahabharata. And so after hearing, I went to Samanta Panchaka. This Samanta Panchaka is called Kurukshetra. You heard about Kurukshetra anytime?
yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Siddharth, what is Kurukshetra?
The way where the Mahayuddha of Mahabharata happened.
Where the Mahayuddha Mahabharata has happened, the great war has happened. So it has, and it is also called as Dharma Kshetra. Kurukshetra is called as Dharma Kshetra. So in this Dharma Kshetra, basically, uh, in before this Dwapara Yuga and at the end of Treta Yuga, Lord Parashuram, seeing the people of the country, especially the kings, they are not following the Dharma. So what he did is, he went on killing those kings who are not following their duties properly. So by that he had did a big massacre. He killed so many Kshatriyas, and by the blood of those Kshatriyas, it formed 5 legs, 5 blood legs. So therein, then the main means their pitris, they come and they say, "Oh Rama, please cool down." Actually, Parashuram is born in a Brahmana family, but seeing this Kshatriyas who are supposed to be following Dharma, when they didn't follow, then he thoroughly chastised and gave them punishment. Then he did a lot of tapasya over there. So that is why that bhumi is called as dharma bhumi. So that is the first shloka of Bhagavad Gita. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. So this Kurukshetra is also called as dharma kshetra. Means wherein these dharmic activities are performed. So that land was selected for this Mahayuddha. So he told, I also visited that place, the Kurukshetra, which is Dharmakshetra. So I visited there and I am coming over here. Okay. Then they all asked about, then so even before, actually in Mahabharata, there are 18 Parvas, means 18 divisions. So Mahabharata war happened for how many days? 18 days. So Mahabharata book is also as 18 Parvas, basically 18 sections. And in the battle there are 18 Akshayonis. Akshayoni means a set of elephants, horses, chariots and foot soldiers like that. Okay. It is one Akshayoni means not exactly only humans. It includes a set of people. Like if you say that I have two kits of cricket, what you say? Cricket kit. What do you call it as? Kit only. Okay, where in the kit you have gloves, you have pads, maybe you have armrest. Okay, all those things. So like that, Akshayani means a kit or a set of people, elephants, horses, like that. So there are 18 Akshayonis involved in Mahabharata. So in the first chapter, like it is called as Anukramanika Parva. What it is called as Anukramanika Parva means how it started. Okay. So as I told, he is going to there and they are requesting him to describe, and he told. So first chapter he describes about first when even before he describes it, he tells about he first offers his prayers to the Lord. So whenever in Vedic teachings, whenever the teacher starts the lessons, he offers prayers to Guru and the Lord. Yes, Ananta, you are okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Maybe you are feeling tired or something?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, fine. So, because it also said, it all depends upon when the students are enthusiastic, the teacher feels enthusiastic to give more knowledge. So that is why I always request you all to come on the screen. Because if you are not on the screen, we are social beings, yes or no? We are not matter. Matter means wherever you put it can stay there. Social being means we want to interact with people. We believe in relationships. Yes or no? Like
Yes,
you might be seeing now, all your classes are happening online classes. Are you feeling happy?
no, Prabhuji.
Okay, because without friends, without participation in the classes, okay, it is so boring. Okay, you are alone, you have to all the time in front of. Earlier, when you are going every day to school, you might be thinking, when I'll get time, I can be with my mobile or laptop, I can play games and all those things. But you have everything. Are you happy with all these things, gadgets? Okay, but the real thing is, the real pleasure comes when we have relationships, when we interact with people. Okay. So then he offers first prayers to the Lord, and it describes how this creation came. Right? So how Lord has created everything. Lord is the source of everything. So that is the most important thing is, first we have to know who is the creator. Then what happens, if we know that thing, everything falls in its place. If we don't know that person, then everything, whatever knowledge we have, it will be incomplete. Any questions over here?
Prabhuji, do you mean the absolute truth?
Yeah, the absolute truth. So from whom everything comes.
Krishna. And then it's passed on to Brahma.
Yes. So he is the primary creator, Krishna is the primary creator, and Brahmaji is the secondary creator. We'll come across those things. Then after that, it tells basically who wrote this book. Vyasadeva wrote this Mahabharata. He compiled it. Then he is going to tell how Vyasadeva has compiled this Mahabharata. So one time, like understanding the nature of people in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, people don't have memory, but they have memory cards. Yes or no? We have lots and lots and lots of memory cards, but no memory. So where is the phone number? In the memory. Where is your date of birth and all the details? In the memory. In the memory card. Everything is in the memory card. And what is there inside our brain? Nothing. Some faults about all other people, the wrongdoings of all other people. The news are there. This person did this thing wrong, that person did that thing wrong. Those things are there, but not the real things. Where are the real things? In YouTube. You say, if you want this, you go and find in YouTube, you will get it. But what is there in, can you tell anything? What is there in the Shastra? No. You go, there will be many people who will tell about Shastras. You will find everything. But when we go and search, do we find it? We
No,
can
Prabhuji.
do all other things except what we want. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, knowing this thing, what Vyasadeva did is, he started giving these scriptures. He wrote the scriptures so that people in Kali Yuga, they can read it. So earlier, people used to hear. They are very eager to hear. Now, you uh, tell that there is some great news. Okay, fresh news. Everyone is eager to see what is the fresh news. But you tell there is a lecture, means Bhagavad Gita lecture. Someone is telling to about scriptures about Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata. No one will come. It is for free. Still, no one will come. It will help your brain. It will help you. It will it will nourish you. No one will come. But they are very interested in the news. And what the news will do? Oh, see, that person has did murder. That person has did that thing wrong. That person has done so much theft. That person went away with a girl. That person murdered her because of love and all those things. Then the other person thinks, oh, so many people are doing so many wrong things. I am very good. I only robbed only 1 lakh rupees. I only cheated 1 lakh rupees. Maybe I have to do 1 crore. But so many all others are doing. So that is why, but in scriptures you find, see that fool, that person did wrong. That is why he suffered. So, since he suffered, at the end he understood that he should not do the mistake. Then when we read the scripture, we understand, oh, if I do mistake, I will suffer. So, I should not do. That's what we learn from scriptures. And what we learn from news, we go down. Right? So, we have to uh, understand where we are spending our time. Similarly, earlier also people used to play sports, but that is as a recreation, means it is a game. So in a game, one day you may win, another day your friend may win. Happens or not? It is just a game. But what now people do it? They make it commercial. Means they play with your emotions. Hey, you are from this country. That person is from that country. See, they are coming together and we have to win and you have to see. If you see, then your country wins. What country wins? Okay. Like 1-2 crore rupees. For example, 100 crore people, we have 130 crore population. If we just everyone put one rupee like that, only 130 crores. What that cup will come? Maybe not even 1 crore rupees. That whatever shield India gets. Is it that? And who remembers what happened in 1983? With that 1983 cup, is anyone drinking tea or coffee? It can't be used. It will just lie over there only. But we give so much importance. But is it that prime importance for human form of life? If India wins, our relationships in the home will become very strong. Yes. See now, from so many months there are no matches. I hope. But are we not? People are not living. Okay. So coming to our discussion. So Vyasadeva, understanding the nature of people in Kali Yuga, he thought maybe I have to do something so that because these people will forget everything. So he thought of writing the scripture, writing Mahabharata. He given all the scripture, he wrote all the scriptures and he thought of giving this Mahabharata, wherein he want to keep everything, all the Vedas. It is called as fifth Veda. Last time we have seen how it is called as fifth Veda. So, while giving this, then someone has to write because I think and I speak, someone has to write it now. Then it will be very good. If everything he does, so he thought of, then he started thinking Lord Brahma. So basically, Brahma, Vyasadev's guru is Narada Muni, and Narada Muni is son of Brahma. So even though he is incarnation of Krishna, he started thinking because in the lineage. So he started thinking Lord Brahma. Then Brahma appears. When Brahma appears, Vyasadeva offers him obeisances, prayers, and he circumambulates him. Then he offers him a seat. The same thing how Sauti was received. The same way Vyasadeva is also receiving him. Then after that, he puts his request. See, I have composed a nice poem, okay, nice poetry of Mahabharata, the greatness of this Bharat. And I want a person to write it. So please tell me. Then Vyasadeva appreciates him and then tells him, you, okay, when I leave from this place, soon Lord Ganesha will come and he is going to help you in writing the Mahabharata. So Lord Ganesha, so after some time, Brahmaji leaves. Then Lord Ganesha appears. Then Vyasadeva offers him his obeisances, his pranams. Then he requests, this is how. Yes, then he understands. Then he tells that I have a composition of this Mahabharata, okay, and I request you to write it. Then Lord Ganesha tells, yes, I am going to write this, but on one condition. When I start writing, my pen should not stop because basically you have to continuously dictate me. And if you stop dictating me, I'll stop writing. See, he has to tell 1 lakh verses. Okay, like I will show the book. I have one Mahabharata book, this thing. So it is, you are seeing this book, how thick it is? It is about 1000 pages. Like this, there are 9 books. Okay. So you understand, 9 books like that. If you are asked to write, how much time it will take? How many years? So it took about 3 years for Vyasadeva to compile this thing, for Ganeshji to write. So Lord Vyasa told, yes, you can stop writing if I stop telling, but on one condition, that whatever you are going to write, you have to understand it and then write it. You got the point? So first, Lord Ganesha should understand whatever he said, then he has to write it. So Vyasadeva started dictating. So in between, Vyasadeva used to keep such type of shlokas wherein it requires some buddhi, some intelligence to understand it. Because one word have many meanings, na? Like in Telugu we say chappu. Chappu has two meanings. Yes or no? Yes, Anand? Chappu has two meanings. Like that, there are many, like I told now, in Vedic Sanskrit, one word have multiple meanings. And according that context, what the suitable meaning. So then Ganeshji has to think, oh, what does this mean actually? Then while he used to think, then Vyasadeva used to compile further verses. We have to make the story nicely. It is not that just if I go on telling whatever I feel and like that, then you don't have, like it can go for eternality, Shashwat Kal. So, like that, Vyasadeva kept in 1 lakh verses, he kept 8,888 verses. How many verses? 4 eights, 8888, double eight, double eight. Okay. So those many verses he kept in such a way that it requires some intelligence to understand and write. So while writing those things, he used to compose the other. Means compose means he used to compile. If you are asked to tell a story, say in 1,000 words, you can just speak like that. What you do, you go on write in Word document. You use Word document. So when you write on the Word document, you can do, first you may write a rough thing. Then after that, what you do? You edit it. Maybe it may, first time it may come to 1500 words. Then what you do? You reduce it to 1000 words. So if Vyasadeva has to keep everything in 1 lakh verses, he has to think it, na? So he used to keep like that some verses in such a way that Ganesh Ji stops for some time and then he writes. Very interesting, na? So then in the same chapter, then Sauti, who is telling all these things? Yes, Siddharth. Who is telling to whom?
South is telling to all the people.
Sauti is telling to all the 60,000 sages at the place called Naimisharanya. Okay. I'm going to send you this, what you say, the exact, what all the topics we discussed. I'll send you in WhatsApp. Then Sauti praises the Bharata, this Mahabharat, he praises. Then in the same chapter, it describes about Dhritarashtra's lamentations. Who is Dhritarashtra?
The king of Kuru dynasty.
The king of,
Brother of Pandu.
the father of Kauravas. Okay. Parimal, you are, Hare Krishna, you are hearing?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, you are hearing?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. You can keep your video on if you don't mind. See, it is not that here I am not going to test your this thing. What you say? your intelligence. It's all about we are learning, we are here to learn. It is not that if you ask me, Prabhu, you tell me what about next Parva, you describe us. When I am coming over here, I am also preparing and coming. It is not that I know everything. You are getting the point? So whatever I learned from my gurus, I am telling you. And I am 38 years old. And I came to Bhakti. I started reading Bhagavad Gita when I was 25 years old. So you are all very fortunate. Okay, maybe at the age of 12 or 13 you are knowing what is Bhagavad Gita, what is Mahabharat, all these things. So means we are learning that the story of great kings. Kings means that spirit is there. So be open. It is not that if it is coming in YouTube means someone what others will think. No need to be shy. People may comment, but if a person doesn't nothing, he can comment so many things. But you are spending, you are coming forward, and you are giving this time to hear about this. Like we have given open this thing, but how many people are coming? So there are here only some 3 great souls, Siddharth, Parimal and Anand, who are very brave to understand what is there in Mahabharata. You might have told to many of your friends, but they are not coming. So when you are coming here, when you are spending time, spend it wholeheartedly. Then you can learn a lot. I should be also very enthusiastic to come and teach to you. That's how your enthusiasm should be there. Hare Krishna. Okay. Then Dhritarashtra's lamentations. So Dhritarashtra was lamenting, hope I could not have done this, hope I could not have done that. Basically, he was giving so many incidents wherein he felt that because of this situation, he will not expect any success. Like it is like when Duryodhana was born, Vidura and Bhishma told him that now you reject this child, is not of any use for this Kuru dynasty. But still he kept him. So he was telling, that time my Bhishma and my brother Vidura told me, still I didn't listen. That time only I thought there will be no success for me, seeing his birth. When Draupadi was insulted, I felt like there will be no success because Draupadi is a devotee of Krishna and she is the most chaste woman. Chaste means pavitra, means sati. You heard any time the word sati? No, you didn't heard. So sati means pativrata. You know, heard pativrata? A woman who is dedicated for her husband. Means for her husband is everything. So Gandhari, she always wears this cloth on her eyes. She is not blind. Why she was wearing the cloth? Yes, Parimal. Why she was wearing the cloth on her eyes?
Because her husband is also blind.
Yes, because her husband is blind, so she felt I should not be superior to my husband. So that is why she was wearing that cloth. Because of that, she gets lots of power, lots of strength. Means power means some extra powers. So they are called as pativratas. Means for pati means husband. For husband, she is doing brata. Brata means austerity. Okay. Then, so Dhritarashtra was lamenting like that. Then Sanjaya was his servant, Dhritarashtra's servant. He consoles him. saying that, oh, earlier also so many, because Dhritarashtra basically he laments because his sons died. So then Sanjaya consoles him. Then at the end of this chapter, Sauti, he glorifies the study of Mahabharata. So how you get so many benefits by studying or by hearing Mahabharata. So it is told, like one who hears or reads this Mahabharata, he gets the benefit of donating. I'll just read for you as it is. Please read it. Please hear. He who gives to a Brahmana learned in the Vedas and other sciences 100 cows with their horns plated with gold, and he who listens daily to the sacred histories of the Bharata gain equal merit. So one who donates 100 cows to a Brahmana with golden plated horns, means the horns are gold plated horns, means horn is there is a gold plated horn is kept. So one who donates such type of cows to a Brahmana, 100 cows, what merit that person gets? He gets the same merit one who daily listens to Mahabharata. You are getting the point? So you may question, but I am not hearing daily, so I will not get anything. But at least you are trying to hear once in a week. Maybe you may get benefit of 1 cow or 7 by 100 cows. You are getting the point? So this is how the first chapter ends. Then the second chapter is called as Parvasangraha Parva. What is called? Parvasangraha Parva. Means how these 18 Parvas are divided, it is mentioned in this second chapter or second section, second Parva. See, basically these two chapters. In 18 Parvas, again there are subsections. For example, you may be having units. In unit, again, you have some chapters. Yes or no? You have like that in your, means some of the books, some subjects, you have say 5 units or 10 units. Under each unit, you have 4 chapters, 3 chapters or like that. Okay, so in Adi Parva, so we have 18 Parvas. In Adi Parva, this is the second chapter. It is called as Parvasangraha Parva. So wherein the 18 Parvas are in detail. First he summarizes and he again explains in detail. And in the same chapter, he tells about the Samanta Panchaka. What is the Samanta Panchaka? Kurukshetra. Okay, wherein those 5 lakes are there. Okay, then the third chapter describes is called as Paushya Parva. What is called? Paushya Parva. Okay, so here in the Paushya Parva, first it describes about curse on Janamejaya. Who is Janamejaya?
The son of Parikshit Maharaj.
Son of Parikshit Maharaj. You remember now who is Janamejaya? Son of in the chart. You all got the chart? Okay, you go through. Regularly you go through the chart. Then you will remember. See, after some years, you have to tell to many people whatever you are learning. your younger brothers or younger sisters, they like the stories. And if they come to you, if you don't tell anything, then what they will do? Video games. They'll ask your smartphones. Then you have to fight. You are playing video game, they are playing video game. So, but earlier, people used to hear about these great histories. That's how they used to develop their intellect. And that's how they become matured. By playing video game, no one become matured. Yes or no? For example, by playing video games, you become happy. You become, array, my God, so much work is there. I kept all my studies aside and I spent so much time. Your anxiety only increases. Maybe you are thinking, hey, what is that? Why we came today for the class is thoroughly removing our games. Okay. Now this is what, really, if you really want to play some outdoor games. If you sweat and if you run, then what happens? You become healthy. That is why scriptures are telling in Kali Yuga people become dull. Why? Because they are absorbed in playing video games. Hare Krishna. You are relishing? You are happy hearing? Sir, so much scolding is there. Prabhuji, why you are scolding us so much? No, I am not scolding. I am telling what is told in the scripture. Then in the Paushya Parva, first it discusses about one time there was Janamejaya was doing a sacrifice. So in that sacrifice, one small boy comes. Janamejaya has three brothers, Shrutasena, Bhishmasena, and Ugrasena. No need to remember the names, I am just telling. Since I remember, I am telling. So when this boy comes, this boy is a son of a celestial woman. Yes, Anant.
The other two brothers are also the sons of Parikshit Maharaj.
Yes. So when we say brothers, generally it will be of same father. Then, so this boy comes. When this boy comes to the sacrifice, these three brothers beat him. And the boy goes and tells to his mother. His mother's name is Sharama, Sarama. So she asks that you might have done some mistake. That is why they have beaten you. Tell me what you have done. Have you seen have you taken the ghee which has to be offered for the sacrifice? Have you taken and did what you say even before offering juta? ఏమంటారు తెలుగులో ఎంగిలి చేయడం. You say same thing? So did you ate before the sacrifice? He said, no, I didn't. But did you look wrongly to the ghee, towards the ghee? Sometimes children, whenever any eatables come, how they look? Full eyes. What is there? Is there my favorite chocolate? We see or not? Generally, elders, they feel shy. Oh, if we see what others will think. But children, they are very innocent. If any of their favorite thing comes, immediately they go and see like this. Like whenever we go to any our relatives' home, okay, we always go in every hook and corner and we see any nice thing is there which I can eat or which I play with. And parents tell, hey, have you done any theft? Generally, as kids, we used to do thievery, na? I don't know, I used to do. I don't know about you people. Okay, and parents are always cautious, which, okay, did it done, dongatanam em cheskoni raadedi kada. So when they come home, sometimes we bring some toys from others' home, some toys, chupake leke aate. So his mother is asking, so generally mothers know, because I did it, I knew, that is why I am telling you people. So Sharama knows, you might have seen wrongly. Have you seen like that? Then he said, no, 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 I have not seen like that. Still they bet me. Then she goes and asks the three brothers, why did you bet him? They didn't have any answer. Then she understood they might have done mistake. Then she curses them. Since you have bet my child without any cause, so at an unexpected time you will going to suffer. Then knowing this, that she has cursed his three brothers, Janamejaya goes and finds a priest who can do a yajna so that the curse can be neutralized. You know neutralization means, you know na? Acid base reaction, it gets salt and water. Okay. So that it can get plus, what you say, minus into minus plus, like that. So the curse has to be neutralized by a sacrifice. So that is why people, what they do, oh, I have done so many sins. So how to get off my papa's pap? How people get rid of their sins? Go and take dip in a river. They do or not? Go to a holy place. Do some puja. So he was also looking for a priest who can do a yajna so that he can come out of this curse. So eventually, once he goes to for hunting, and therein he finds a rishi in an hermitage, and he goes and requests the rishi, and he had a son. He asks, please employ your son in the sacrifice so that my brothers can get out of the curse. Then the rishi tells, yes, I can employ my son in this in the sacrifice. He can act as your priest, but on one condition. Actually, he was born from a snake. How he is born? His son is born from a snake. Actually, his semen was eaten by the snake. Semen means virya. The person's virya is eaten. The semen was eaten by the snake, and the snake gave birth to his son. See, the rishis, like earlier I was telling, this Satyavati was born from fish. So the great people, they used to have so much potency, okay, by their seed, they can even through other, like the snake or fish, they could give birth to uh, the human kids, human children. You are understanding? So even though the seed is swallowed by a snake, but the snake is giving birth to this boy. So he tells, so this boy has one problem. Problem is, you should never stop him. If any Brahmana comes to him and asks anything from him, he gives him. So when he gives, you should not say anything to him. If you say anything to him, then he will leave you. Then king says, okay, whatever he does, we accept. Please allow him to come and he can do sacrifice. So why Janamejaya is asking that son? Because this rishi is very, very powerful and his son is very powerful. So if you have a powerful rishi, then he can easily remove all the sins. You are getting the point? So that is why then the rishi's sons come to the kingdom, Hastinapur. Then it tells to his brothers, see, this priest has come. He is going to do sacrifices for you. And you should not disrespect him in any ways. And you should not stop him doing any activity. Of course, is he going to do any wrong activity? Because he is a great sage. Just he has one thing, he gives whenever Brahmanas comes and ask anything, he gives donation. But that is not a wrong thing. So then the three brothers, already they got a curse. They said, we will not do anything. So saying this, Janamejaya then goes to Takshashila to win over the kingdom of Takshashila. He goes and wins over the kingdom Takshashila. Then during the same time, so why I am telling all this story, how it is related to our Mahabharata, with time you will understand. It looks like nothing is related with Pandavas. Yes, Siddharth? You are feeling like that or not? Parimal? What is happening? Why is going story after story he is telling? There's so many stories. But everything is connected. But you will only get to know when you come, means at the end. For example, when you are a child, when your mother cooks, like I will tell you, when my mother used to make kadhi, you know kadhi? Means the means what you call it as in Telugu? Kadhi. పరిమళ ఏమంటారు తెలుగులో కడిని? పెరుగుతో చేస్తారు చారు.
Kadi only, Prabhuji.
Kadi only. Okay. So when my mother used to make in my childhood, so they used to put lot of this kadi patta and what do you say? This kothmeer, they called as pudina, and mirchi.
Prabhuji,
Is it Kadojana?
we will call it as Daddojana.
No, not from curd. That is like you have fluorescent color. In Hyderabad, in my childhood, they call as sallacharu.
Yes, Prabhuji, we know that.
Okay, Anand, you know? You don't know the kadi? Okay, fine, no problem. Don't be panicked. Okay, it is just an example I am telling you. So in this, like you assume that sambar is there or some dal is there. So in dal we put lot of like brinjal or sometimes this coconut and kadi patta, okay, and dhania patta, kothmeer, all those things. Then when I used to eat, so many things used to come. Then I used to feel why my mother keeps so many things. I have to remove all these things. Okay, she could have just cooked like that only. Why she is putting all this? Okay, it looks like so much disturbance. Sometimes the kadi patta goes inside the rice and we eat, and you feel so much bitter taste. And why she has kept all these things? Sometimes the mirchi goes and you feel so hot. Immediately you have to drink water. Okay, and even after drinking one glass of water, you still feel hot. Then you feel so much, why she is keeping all those things. So but when I went to my studies in North, to IIT Roorkee, so there they don't put any this kadi patta, no, not much masala. Okay, they are very sattvic. South they eat lot of spices. Like Anand spent some time in UK. So there they eat bread, butter, and if you have pasta, pizza, and all those things, everything is non-spicy. Yes, Anand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, and if we eat South Indians, we feel what is this? But initially, while preparing, we feel all these things are how it is related with my sambar or curry or all these things. These are all extra things you should not keep. But when we understand, when we become grown up, when we understand how every ingredient adds to the taste. If you don't put kadi patta, you don't get taste. If you don't put adrak, that ginger, you don't get taste. Then you will understand how they are all important. So similarly, all these stories are connected to our main story. We are going to see with time. So, during the same time, there was a sage called as Ayodhya Dhaumya. Ayodhya Dhaumya. Thoumya. Not Ayodhya. Ayodhya. Ayoda. Ayodhya Dhaumya. So this sage is basically he is a Brahmana. He has 3 disciples. How many disciples? 3 disciples. So one disciple's name is called as Aruni. You have sometimes Mataji's name, you have Aruna. Aruni, not girl, is a boy. So in Gurukulas, the boys used to stay. So second disciple's name is called as Upamanyu. And third disciple's name is called as Veda, the Vedas. So his name is Veda. So Aruni, Upamanyu and Veda. There are 3 disciples. So they used to stay in the Gurukula, means what you say? They are the residents, like we have hostel system now. So when they used to say, there they used to serve, the teacher used to give them knowledge and they used to serve Guru. So that was how Gurukula system used to be there. They never used to pay any fees. The Gurukulas are maintained by the king and the teacher used to give the Vidya freely. And what the students used to do, they used to learn and they used to do all the service of the Gurukula. Means taking care of cows, if there is any field, field means like paddy field or vegetable field, they used to take care of that one. Similarly, in the ashram also, if there is any cooking, they used to help in the cooking, cleaning the ashram, all those things. Is it easy or tough? Very tough to do. Very tough. What is Siddharth telling? I didn't heard. I only saw lip service.
Tough.
Very tough. Okay. See, the point is when we are young, our body and all the limbs are very active. Our body to bend, it is very easy. So when we are young, a child can do all these things. Because his body is so active, he always runs. You have seen anytime 3-year-old kid or 5-year-old kid, 6-year-old kid, can he sit at one place? So that is why after 5 years, the child is sent to Gurukula. And he takes care of himself. His Guru is guiding, is always looking after him. But he is also little by little, he learns how to do service. You are understanding? Then what happens? He has lots of energy. He uses all this energy in learning these things. Then with time, what happens? It becomes his practice. Like for example, for you people, does anyone tells that to brush your teeth? You do daily? Does anyone tells to take bath? Hope you do daily, to take bath daily. How it happened? By practice. Like for example, 3-year-old child or 4-year-old child, does he feel to brush his teeth? Or 6-year-old child, he may not also feel it. He just want to wake up and directly eat. But now, do you feel to eat like that? Why? It has happened practice. So similarly, because when you practice these things from childhood, it becomes natural. I'll show you I'll send you a video we have a Gurukul in Mayapur. So what all activities they do to show. Then you no need to have video games if you do doing these activities. And it is not that you are alone doing it. There are so many friends, and along with friends you are doing all these things. Like you have gone anytime to village, or
Yes,
you can ask
Prabhu.
your grandparents or great grandparents who are from village. You ask them how many activities they used to do when they are children. Like when Krishna was 5 years old, when he came to 5 years old, his father gave him to take care of calves. Duda, duda. How duda ఉంటుంది కదా. So he used to go with calves to take care of them. Can we think of it? How can such a small child can go? No, they have lots of energy. For example, small children, even you people, I don't know, when they get hurt, do they think about any or any, what you say, any scratch or any hurt happened on their hands or legs? Do they think about bleeding? Just forget, they are always absorbed in play. So that is why when we do these activities from childhood, then our mind gets adjusted. Like you are adjusted to clean your teeth and take bath. For example, especially in cold countries, they don't take bath only every day. They use only deodorants. We have Anand. He knows this. Yes, Anand, is it so or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So we have, okay, but if you want to ask anything about West, Ananta is our representative. He will tell, he knows India, the greatness of India, and he know what are the shortcomings of the West, because he has seen both together. So we have now 3 disciples. So one time, uh, the Guru, Ayodhya Daumya, so he tells to one of his disciples, Aruni. Aruni is from Panchala, place called Panchala. So he tells him, you can go to the field because there is a leakage in the field. There is a leakage is called breach. You have anytime went to paddy fields? So on the 4 sides of the paddy field, there is a bridge made so that the water can be stored. You have seen? You have not seen? Like small bridge. Okay, maybe I'll show. Uh, Hare Krishna. So you are seeing here, right side. So in between there is a field. Maybe the people are standing over here. So the water is towards the left side. This person in white dress. You are able to see? Yes, Prabhus. You are seeing the persons are standing here. Okay. So, for example, if this bridge is not there, what happens? The water will come out of this field. Okay. Then, if there is no water, for the paddy field, then the paddy will not grow. So always, because paddy requires a lot of water. So like that, there was a bridge. Bridge means there was a bridge, and in the bridge, you have seen these ponds in the like around Hyderabad or in the villages. So generally, you have katta. You call it as katta. What you say in Telugu? Anakatta antar kada. You have any time seen a ponds in the villages? Oh, maybe generation gap. So I was born in 82. So I am from different generation. You are from different. Now around Hyderabad, all the ring road, there are no fields only. Obviously, how can you see? Anyways, so there was like a tank, and inside this, okay, means tank means this whole rectangle. So within the rectangle, on all the four corners, there is a small bridge is made, so that water can be stored, and this paddy field or like that, it can grow, paddy field or wheat field. It requires continuous water, some level of water. So what happened once, this bridge, small bridge, there was a means breakage of that bridge, and the water is going off from the field. So the guru tells him that you can go and stop that water bridge, means water going away from the field. So he goes and tries to make that bridge again. So as long means he was trying a lot, but somehow he is not able to make it. Then what he does, he just stands, he sleeps around this. For example, this is the bridge, and there was a breakage like this. So he is sleeping in between. He is connecting these two by keeping his body. You got the point? Okay. Then the same day it becomes late evening, but the disciple, the Shishya, is not returning back. Then he asks other students, hey, what happened to Aruni? He has not yet returned, means where he has gone. So basically Guru forgot that he sent Aruni to stop that bridge. So then the disciples tell, actually you told him to stop the bridge. He went to the field and he didn't return. Then the Guru along with his disciples goes and he calls Aruni. Oh Aruni, where are you? Where you have gone? Okay, my son, where you are gone? So the Guru treats his disciples like sons. Then the Aruni was staying there. Then he replies, my dear Guru, you told me to stop the bridge. So for stopping the bridge, I was lying down to stop the bridge. Then he calls, immediately come back. Then the disciple comes and offers his pranams to his Guru, and Guru becomes pleased by this activity. It tells, you have pleased by your dedication and your devotion and your service to me. See, it is not that only by one activity it pleased him. So it became many years. Like whenever the child goes at the age of 5, he stays up to 20 years or 25 years in the Gurukula. So by the time this Aruni learned all the Vidya and he has pleased his Guru properly, and after this activity, Guru become very pleased and he blesses him that let all the Vedas shine in you. Let the devotion to Lord shine in you. And now your studies are over. Now you can go to your place Panchala and practice this knowledge, whatever you have learned from me. So taking the blessings of his Guru, then Aruni goes to Panchala. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Because another story is there. It is a long story. So we'll start fresh. Yes, Ananta, any questions?
No, Prabhuji.
Yes, Parimal.
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yes, Siddharth.
No questions, Prabhuji.
Um, so first we'll offer a prayers to Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Jai.
पंचतत्व भगवान की
Jai.
Jai.
श्री श्री राधा गोविंद श्रीमन महाप्रभु की
Jai.
जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा की
Jai.
Jai.
नरसिंहदेव भगवान की
Jai.
Jai.
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,